Playing here since the early 90s. Before baseball was integrated, we played here. The Austin Senators played here. It's a lot of great history with this field. And it's home to the HT Rams, the Houston-Tillotson baseball program. We've been blessed with the opportunity to play here through our relationship with the city. So it's really a great field. It gives our student athletes a great experience. It's one of our best facilities in the conference. So I'm just excited today that we got the grandstands completed. This is one of the first projects I've been able to see during my tenure here, but one of several projects was the city has committed to really improving Downsfield.
Jackie Robinson, the Jackie Robinson, who famously broke Major League Baseball's color barrier on April 15, 1947. He did coach college basketball. He did so during the 1944 to 45 season here in the Texas capital city at a historically black college that no longer exists. The school was Samuel Houston College. It competed in the Southwestern Athletic Conference along with their league's more well-known members today, such as Grambling State, Southern, Prairie View A&M. And its president, Reverend Carl Dowles, just happened to be the Methodist minister who was Robinson's pastor and mentor while growing up in Pasadena, California. At the time, Robinson was in the U.S. Army, stationed at Fort Hood, about 60 miles north of Austin, and often spent his leave time in Austin with Downs, a 1933 Houston graduate, who became the school's president at 1943 at the age 31. Robinson received an honorable discharge from the U.S. Army in November 1944 as he refused to move to the back of the military bus. He jumped the opportunity to work for Downs, who was looking for a physical education instructor and basketball coach. Robinson provided the details in his autobiography, I Never Had It Made, which was published in 1972, 2 months before his death at the age of 53. There was very little money involved, but I knew Carl would have done anything for me, so I couldn't turn him down. After graduating, Austin's all-black Anderson High School, Anderson High, Hardin First, encountered Robinson the fall in 1944. At 6 foot, 150 pounds, Hardin didn't play any Anderson athletic teams, but as a freshman at Sam Houston, he often watched the school's basketball team in practice, and one day said he all but dared the 25-year-old rookie coach to put him on the team. Well, sitting there, observing him, Hardin called, made a statement, I can play as well as these guys, come on, put me out there. So I came out. He started working me out, put me on the team, gave me a scholarship, tuition only. My mother was elated. A fellow Anderson grad, Lonnie Jackson, who played on the basketball team, Samuel Houston's, about the same time, said he missed Robinson's season while serving in the U.S. Navy. Jackson recalled meeting Robinson, known for his athletic exploits a few years earlier at UCLA. At the Austin Drug Store during his 1944, he recognized him from the newspaper clippings. In 1952, Samuel Houston College, named after their benevolent Lowen, donated $9,000 to the school's opening in 1900, merged with Austin's other blacks on the city's segregated east side, Tillotson College. Today, the institution is known as Huston-Tillotson University, situated on the former campus of Tillotson College. Huston-Tillotson has no photos of Robinson or the team from that season. No detailed records of the squad performance. Austin's two mainstream daily newspapers, the Morning American and the Evening Statesman, didn't even cover Houston Dragons or Tillotson Eagles. We were one of the few teams that ran at that time. He said he got out there and told us, and actually showed us what to do. He was a better player than anybody on my team, anybody we played, really. He was a gentleman, required us to wear suits and ties. We got on and off the bus. 1945, Robinson accepted an invitation to try out for the Negro League's Kansas City Monarchs. The club conveniently was holding spring training in Houston, a few hours from Austin. Samuel Houston's trainer, Harold Pevine Adonis, who died in 2007, in a 1997 interview with the Austin American Statesman, Adonis recalled when Robinson broke the news to the team after that season he'd be leaving Samuel Houston to join the Monarchs. I said, well, Jackie, I didn't even know you played any baseball. By the year's end, the Brooklyn Dodgers president, Branch Rickey, signed Robinson to a contract, placed him on the club's top minor league affiliate in 1946, the big league roster in 1947. The date his debut that year, April 15th, is now recognized annually as Jackie Robinson Day by Major League Baseball. Being a product of segregation here in Austin, Harden, one of his players, said, I knew what he had to be going through. I really didn't think he would make it because I didn't think he could control his temper that much. But I guess Branch Rickey schooled him well. Downs officiated the California wedding of Jackie and Rachel Robinson in 1946, just before Robinson joined the Dodgers Montreal Farm Club. Downs died suddenly in February 1948 at the age of 36 in an Austin hospital following operation. In his 5 years as president, Samuel Houston was credited with doubling the number of campus buildings from 5 to 10 and enrollment from 250 to 700. Those Samuel Houston buildings have long been demolished. Part of the land that the campus occupied is now on the East Frontage Road, I-35, East 12th Street, becoming the home of many high-rise apartments. Huston-Tillotson baseball team, plays a few miles off campus at a ballpark known as Downs Field. Robinson certainly didn't forget Samuel Houston College. He was elected to Huston-Tillotson Board of Regents in 1968 and served until just before his death. Huston-Tillotson's campus features no markers, no overt remembrances of the former coach, who became an American icon. Smith speculated that any university's current 937 students who know Robinson coached at a predecessor to their school first learned in the autobiographical movie 42, Chadwick Boseman in 2013. An estimate how many that would be sat back of his chair, probably 2%. This is another one of the SWAC's content that needs to be shared. Before making his big step on the stage as a Brooklyn Dodger, before being called up to break the color barrier in Major League Baseball, he was first teaching kids how to run a fast-paced offense. Jackie Robinson is another one of the forgotten heroes of the SWAC conference. Now, Huston-Tillotson does not have any markers, anything to show the coach was there. But his impact is still being felt to this day. Coach Simmons, I'll talk to y'all later.
So what this does is represent the maintenance of context and how things happen, and also the controlling of the narrative, of telling the story. So it's very important that the story is told. It means a lot.